Hello, little sippers. How are you doing?
Hey, sippers. How are you?
What a lovely return it is.
And what lovely weather it is.
It's a good day today. It's a good day. What better day to get creative than a Sunday with arts in?
Yeah.
Right? We're going to do it.
Who's here?
Who is in the room? Give us a cheeky wave. We can't see you, so write in the comments. Give a little hello. Tell us who you are. Who's in the comments? Who we got?
Make sure you're logged into YouTube, even if it's on your parents' account or guardian's account. Make sure you're logged into there if you want to get involved in the comments.
Exactly that. We got Lily Norris in the building. Hello, Lily. We got
Lily.
M Moore. Okay.
Hey.
We know a few of you are going to be coming and joining us today. It's going to be a good one. This is a very popular book.
Yes. Are you ready?
Who's read it? Who's read this? I've read it. I loved it. And I still love it. And I'm a big kid. Big
It's
sipper.
the Gruffalo.
Check out the gruff. Check out the gruff. Look at those terrible teeth.
Now you guys can get pretty creative with this one today. You can add some of the other characters in there if you wanted to.
Good shout. Good shout.
Or you could do something different in the background. You could just do a nice blue sky like it is out there today. Well, I don't know if it's like blue everywhere.
Yeah, where are you guys?
Where are you guys?
Are you in the UK? Are you in the UK? Well, it's lovely in London right now.
I've added some bluebells because the bluebells are out. So yeah, so we popped some bluebells. No, it has. So you can pop different flowers, or you can make it some deep dark woods and make it quite scary in the woods instead. Up to you guys.
Who's a Gruffalo fan? Who has read the Gruffalo? If you have, you're going to be in for a treat today. So we're going to tell you some fun arty-facts.
Yes. So if you read it recently, or if you read it last night, you might be in for a win.
You are going to be in for a win. Because it's a book about self-confidence. And this is what we're going to give you. Some confidence to sip. We're art sippers. Let's introduce ourselves. My name is Elliot Naughty.
Yes, and I'm NorteyPitcher.
Together, we are NorteyPitcher.
NorteyPitcher.
Yes. Naughty, like naughty.
Like naughty. And
naughty.
picture, a bit like picture. Because I'm going to be doing the picture side of things today. The painting side
Meant to be.
Spelled differently though.
And we're going to be sipping along too. So we've got our special bell that you guys have named Belly.
Belly.
Belly the bell. Oh, did it ring there? There we go. So every time we press belly, we want you guys to have a sip with us. We're going to be sipping on
Esprala. Who's got Esprala? Who's got one of our boxes?
Who's got a box?
Is sipping on Esprala.
It's apple and plum flavoured fruit drink. It's really tasty. And she's going to be sipping it all day. And I'm going to be sipping off camera. She's going for it now. She's going for it now. So every time we press the bell, have a sip with us. What are you sipping? Let us know in the comments. While she's having a sip.
Juice, are you drinking smoothie? If you've got a nice tea, let us know.
It doesn't have to be us. You can have one of those. Just like something different. Picture's going to tell you what tools you need for today's show.
Yes. So guys, if you do have colouring pens and pencils, you can use them. That's totally fine. However, I'm going to be going through painting today. So I'll be painting with acrylic paint. So we're using acrylic paints. Some things might be slightly different if you are using pens and pencils at home. So just be aware of that. Some of the steps you might not need to do. These are the tools, the paintbrushes we're going to be using. So we've got the big brush.
We have to say it right, guys. How do we say it? The big brush.
So we've got the big brush today. This is a flat brush, and this will be used for some of the background, some of these trees in the woods. The main part of the Gruffalo's body, that's quite a big area of the canvas, so we're going to use that big brush then. And then we're going to go down to our medium brush, like this. You can either use a filbert, which is this one here, which has got a rounded edge, or you could use one with a flat edge. It doesn't matter too much today. I'm using the filbert, so it's got a little bit of a rounded edge there. That's our medium brush. The medium brush is going to be used for certain things like maybe a little bit more of this fur, maybe some of the smaller details around the face, colouring in that nose, because this big brush, you don't want to get into the little details with a big brush. So use a little bit of a medium brush for that. And then we have our small brush, which is a tiny round brush. It's got a little point to it. And this is for the tiny details like the eyes, little dots in the eyes, maybe even these teeth, the whiskers, horns, the tusk. So all these little bits here using your small brush. So grab 3 brushes.
Grab your 3 brushes, guys. I bet everyone's rushing around to get their brushes.
Also, actually, saying that, I have got a sponge. You don't need this, but it is actually quite nice for some of the texture in the background. Ooh. This is where you might be running around. So if you do have a bit of a sponge, this is just a normal dishwasher kind of sponge from the sink. I've just ripped a little bit off. So you can grab a tiny sponge and that'll give you some texture for the trees in the background. And a pencil. We're going to sketch this out first, especially for those that are using pens and pencils at home. We're going to sketch this whole thing out first. So 3 brushes, a pencil, maybe a sponge if you've got one, paper towels, white band brushes.
You need that.
Some tap water to wash your brushes too.
Okay, guys, because we're going to be doing some sipping, make sure that your tap water and your sip are on different sides of the table. When we press the bell, there's always someone, is it you, who does this and drinks their paint juice. Don't drink your paint juice. Separate sides of the table so that we make sure there's no accidents.
Yes, you don't want to do
I've warned you guys. I've warned you, little sippers. You want your sip back?
I've got mine.
You got this over there.
So acrylic paint, these are the acrylic paints we're using today. We have got watercolours again, it will be slightly different. But I've got quite a few colours on my palette today. You don't necessarily need all of them because you can actually make certain colours by mixing, and I'll go through that a little bit later. But we have the white paint. That's definitely needed. White paint used to lighten some of these primary colours. We've got a green. Now that's a sap green or a grass green. Darker kind of green colour. You can make green using blue and yellow. These 2 colours mixed together if you don't have green. But if you've got green, a sap green or a grass green is perfect. Then we have a dark blue. Now we don't use too much blue in this one. We use it to make some of the green darker. And we also use it slightly in the bluebells. So
I was about to say, of course you use it for the bluebells, right?
Yeah, bluebells. Got to use a little bit in the bluebells. Then we have lemon yellow. So that blue, sorry, a dark blue, could it be ultramarine or phthalo blue in your kit if you've got a kit? Phthalo blue or ultramarine, either one of them colours. Dark blue. Ultramarine's actually probably a little bit better for the bluebells. It has a slight red tinge to it and make them a little bit more purple. Got paint all in my nails. Then we have yellow.
Like, eh?
Yellow. We use a little bit of yellow to make the green lighter. So rather than adding white, we add yellow to the green to make it lighter. If you have ochre yellow, that's good too. We like to use that for the little bit of the path there. See? Ochre yellow. If you don't have ochre yellow, you can just add a touch of brown to make your yellow a little bit more mustard. A magenta, red, crimson red, anything that's kind of slightly pinky red. So if you have a red, a primary red, a crimson red, grab your red. We use a touch of that in the bluebells too, just to make them that slightly more purple colour. And the purple prickles on the back. Then we've got 2 browns. We've got the burnt sienna and the burnt umber, the light brown and the dark brown.
Loads of colours today.
Lots of colours. It's quite a lot it's quite a lot to do in this one today. So
Do you know what Liddy says? I have everything. She's got all the colours.
She's got everything. That's
Who else has
good.
got all the colours? Who's got all these colours?
And then black.
And then black. And you're good.
There we go. Then we're good. We're going to be mixing them up later. So they're the tools today, as well as all of that. We also have a competition.
A competition,
So,
did I hear you say? Did I hear you say a competition? Yes, we have a competition. If you know about our sippers, you know that we always bring you a cheeky sip, and then we also give you something else. Arty-facts. See what I did there? I'll give you puns, I'll give you jokes, because I want you guys to win some prizes. How do you win some prizes? I hear you ask. What you need to do is answer correctly my puns and my quiz jokes. If you get them right, in the comments, did I point in the wrong direction again. In the comments over there, I'll get your name up on the competition wall. And if your name's on the board, you can win some prizes. So you got to answer really fast, and you have to answer really fast. Fast and first. You have to do it. And the prize is this. You want to see what the prize is?
Yes.
Do you want to see? Okay. This is up for grabs today. Not anything. This is up for grabs. The Art Sippers Kids Experience Box. And inside you get all the goodies you need to create a masterpiece. I'll show you. I'll give you a little teaser.
Yes,
I'll give you a little teaser what's inside the box. This is what you could be winning. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. Just flapping down. Some paint. Need some paint. Where are you going then?
Paintbrush.
Paintbrush. Cheeky little chocolate. Cheeky little chocolate there.
It's Brenna.
You want one of these? Apple and plum. It's very tasty.
palette. Mix
Palette.
paint.
Oh, come on.
Oh!
It's very, very cool. You get one of these. Signature berry.
And then a canvas.
A canvas and canvas board. So that is all inside Experience Box. So if you are witty, if you're fast, if you're not as fast as you think, tell mum and dad to do it for you. Let them answer for you. You want to win this. I know you do. You have to be in it to win it. So good luck, guys. It's going to happen throughout the show. I'll pass you back to Jojo. Go on, tell them about the Gruffalo.
The Gruffalo. So yeah, that's what we're painting today, guys. And what we're going to do is we're going to go step by step through this painting. So don't worry if you haven't painted for a while. Or don't worry if you haven't painted ever, especially on a canvas. And we're going to be taking you step by step. And we have one rule at Arty-fact. Some people might actually remember our rule.
Come on. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. If you tell us what our one rule is, I'll get you on the board. You're going to be the first name on the board. What is our rule? I'll give you a few seconds to give us the answer. Go on.
It's an important
Who's going to tell us?
It's something that we all do while we're creating. When we're in this vulnerable space of creating, we all something ourselves. So what is it?
Is anyone going to get it? Is anyone going to get it? Yes! Yeah. We've got it. Kay Stewart. That's it. Our one rule at Arty-fact is
no judgment.
No judgment. So that means judging yourself or judging other people's work. We can be sometimes overcritical on our own work. This is a safe space. We want you guys to have some fun. Play around with some colors. Do what makes you happy.
So if you hear that little voice telling you that you're not doing it right or you're doing it wrong,
you're judging yourself.
You're judging yourself. And you've got to go, right, no. That, breathe.
And this is why we've got this. Snap out of it. Let's have some fun today. So that is the rule of Arty-fact. And before that, we want to get you guys into the good vibes. So do you know how to get into the good vibes?
Yes.
We're going to do a little breathing exercise and a little stretch. You guys ready, little sippers? Are you ready? Okay, everyone up. Everyone up. Standing tall. I'll give you a second to stand up. And then what we're going to do, we're going to do the victory pose. So everyone's on their feet. I want you to do a victory pose with me on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hands up.
You've won.
And then take a deep inhale through your nose. And then hands down. And blow it down. And again, hands up.
Why is it called a victory pose?
Because we're winning.
Winning.
We're winning. Hands up, deep inhale. And then hands down, breathe out. One more time, little sippers. Hands up. Victory pose. Deep inhale. And hands down. And shake it out. Come on, little sippers. Arty-sippers. Let's go. Let's do it. It's a lot of energy today.
Grab your pencils and your blank canvas, and we're going to break the Gruffalo up into shapes. So you look at the Gruffalo like this, and you think about the shapes that he has here. So this body here is quite square. It's like a rounded, cornered square. Can you see this bit? This bit of a square there. And then we have kind of like an egg shape here, but it's got this big jaw that comes out. So we're going to start by drawing a couple of things. So that kind of square shape here, egg shape, oval here, and then this big jaw. Let's do that.
So we're going to get Kay Stewart. You're on the board. Look at that. What a great way to start the day. You're on. No judgment.
Okay, let's start by doing a square kind of in the middle of your paper, your canvas. But remember, it's not a sharp-edged square, so the corners are rounded. So let's do it like this. So you can watch me first if you need to, and then you can do it yourself. Now, don't do this too hard in pencil. You want this nice and light because when we're doing the shapes, it's just to gauge where it is on the page, and then we kind of fill it out afterwards. So the Gruffalo isn't one square. You don't want to see all these lines afterwards. We're going to be rubbing some of these lines out. So do it very lightly. Can you see it's got 4 edges, but the corners are rounded. So round a bit at the corners. It's quite square.
Well, we got Amelia Woodgate in the room. She said she's joined us. She's like, sorry, everyone, I'm late. It's okay.
You got it just in time.
It's better late than never.
And if you do miss anything or if you have to leave, we do have these videos up on YouTube afterwards, as well as all of the other ones that we've done over this period. So, God, I don't know how many we've done now. You guys know more than me. I remember last time. If you want,
that's why go and head over and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Arty-fact so you can see when we are doing our shows and so you can catch up on the previous ones. Got quite a few on there.
Yeah. Pikachu, Minecraft, Fortnite, Loot Llama,
Sonic. Out there now.
So can you see how I've done this oval kind of shape here? egg shape slightly, but it's on the corner of this square, so it's hitting this corner bit. Again, very lightly. The Gruffalo doesn't just have a round head like that. We're going to join this all up afterwards. Now, remember what I said about the jaw? This chin. So there's the egg shape. Let's do this shape here. So it's kind of curving round and it goes out. It's out, slightly out. So let's do this jaw. The jaw would be round about here at the bottom of this circle. So it comes down and it will go out like that. So it comes down, out. You can do that one a bit harder if you need to see it.
Can you guys see that? We can always bring it closer if you want, or back. Give us a shout, whatever you want us to do. We can make it happen. We're live. This is actually happening, guys.
Live.
This is live, happening right now.
Where are you all based? What towns are you in?
So we are in London town, London City. Sip, sip. Shall I tell a bit about Gruffalo?
You can.
So it's about, I think the moral of the story is about finding your self-confidence and resilience to battle on when the world is telling you you are just a mouse. And at the same time, it is a simple and funny story, to be fair.
Tell us more about it later.
I will.
Right, I just did a little, can you see a little curved line there? It's going to be the front part of the face. There. He's in the dark, deep, dark woods. So we did the jaw, and we just did the little front. It's just a slight little curve, like that. And then we're going to do the nose in a minute. Let's do the eyes, actually, because it's easier to do the eyes. So what we're going to do, the egg shape is around about here. We're going to do 2 circles. 1 circle there, 1 circle there, and then we're going to do the nose that connects to that line. Okay, so let's do that. So where your egg shape is, round about here, slightly in the middle near the top, we're going to do that first eye. So it's a little circle like that. So you can see it's kind of in the middle at the top there. And then leave a little gap. Do the same kind of size eye just next to it. That kind of hits the edge. Can you see how that hits the edge of the circle? That bit is touching the edge of the circle. So you've got one there, a space, and then another one there.
Just got to throw out, there might be someone who's having a birthday.
Ooh.
Is there any little sippers who are celebrating a birthday this week? Or did they celebrate last week? If you did, give us a little shout and we'll give you a shout out.
Ooh. Who's had a birthday recently? Okay, hopefully you've all done the eye. Let's do this nose. So the nose, can you see it's attached to this eye here? So we did that eye already. So we're going to start where the circle is on the eye, and we're going to go down, and we're going to go woo and come back in.
Woo!
Go down, curve round, woo, and come back in. And that's the tip of the nose. It's going to hit that line that we did. So watch carefully, and then you can try and do it. So we're starting over near this eye. Remember, this eye is touching this eye. So it comes down, it goes woo. As soon as it starts getting to this bit here, this line, you curve it round. So a little C shape there.
Perfect C, that is.
And then you've got the nose. So start again. So go from the side of the eye, you're curving down, you're going woo.
Woo!
And then
everyone's going to be doing woo at home.
Woo! That's a little curve round. When I say woo, it means curve round. Just before, just as this line comes here, you want to curve it round. So it touches that line, and you've got a nose there.
We got Kay Stewart in Derby. We are in Derby. We've got M. Moore says we're in Merchtham and Red Hill.
Yay! Red Hill was not far from
It's not far from you, is it? Lydia Norris is from Bromham.
Woohoo!
And we got Amelia Woodgate saying it was her baby sister's birthday on Wednesday. Eliza, happy birthday. And Jasmine Watson said, my friend was 7 yesterday.
Whoa.
Hello, friend of Jasmine Watson. Hello.
That's good.
I think we need a little sip for that.
Sip, sip.
Sip, sip. Let's raise our sips along.
See this part of the head? It's not exactly egg shape at the top. It's got a little bit of a bump on the head there. Let's do that little bump. So starting on this little circle, we're just going to give it a little bit of a bump there. There we go. So it's not circular at the top. It's got a little bit more of a bump. Oh, little hill. I put the little eyes in there too. Pupils. Starting to come together.
Starting?
Not this bit.
Doesn't look like a Gruffalo just yet, but it's coming.
Let's do the Gruffalo's face, because it always comes together when we do the Gruffalo's face. Let's do this smile. Cute little smile.
You think the Gruffalo's got a cute smile?
Yeah, I think so.
Each to their own. He is a lovely, he's adorable. He's harmless, isn't he?
So you see this little curve that we did? Find the halfway mark. And then from there, we're going to do a smile like this. It goes up and it goes round. So leaving a gap here. This is the lower jaw. Looks really weird without the teeth. Doesn't look like the Gruffalo at all. From the smile, find the halfway mark, go around and smile. You're going quite up far. Right, to make it look like Gruffalo, let's add some teeth. Come down a little bit, and we'll do a little kind of square here on the smile. That's the first one. Maybe it'll help if I just do that there, so you can see. Little square, little tusk here, coming all the way up, curving round and coming back down. So it's slightly curved. Can you see that? It's slightly curved, so you can do a slightly curved. You're not going all the way up to the eye, but near the eye. Curving round and then going back down. So same kind of curved line on the other side. It's not straight. It's got a slight curve in it. Go straight, like poke him in the eye. Slight curve, round. Then we're going to do a few more little squares. One there, one there, one there, and one there. This one kind of comes in between the line. Overlapping, coming out of the jaw. And then you've got three just kind of coming underneath the nose. 1, 2, 3. Woohoo!
We got our big sippers in the building. Hello, kitty cat. We've got Kit Kat in our building. So we do our big sippers events as well. We do them on Fridays. And sometimes our big sippers want to join us because they can't get enough. But we love our sippers. We love our little sippers and our big sippers family.
So if you have arty guardians or parents, tell them to get involved with the big sippers one. Let's give... So we've got this is the round bit. You can actually rub this little line out. Remember when we did that hump? Rub the circle out. Now that's the new head shape. Let's give Gruffalo some horns, which is a bit like that tooth tusk there we did. Curves round like that. Curve round. So it's almost like a C shape. Then you curve, and then you come back round. You want them to kind of be similar.
Almost symmetrical.
Sizes. Looks weird without the eyebrows. We need to do the eyebrows in a minute. Don't let me forget them. Okay, done the horns. Goes round, curves, goes round. Let's do the ear. It's a little oval shape, and then another one inside. So you do a big C shape, very stretched C shape, and then another one like that.
Double C, CC.
CCU. Let's do the eyebrows. You see? One goes slightly above this eye, but slightly to the left of it, and it curves round, and then we just got a little bit of the other eyebrow. The rest of his face is kind of curved round there. Little rectangle, and then maybe another one here. Ah.
Getting more like a Gruffalo now, isn't he, little sippers? How are you finding it so far? Let us know. Are you keeping up? Are we going too fast? Are we going too slow? Let us know.
And you have kind of got the face shape here that kind of comes down. don't forget this little bit here. That's a little line there. We'll do the rest of the Gruffalo now.
So while we give you guys a pause to have a little sip, we're also going to get one of you on the board.
Ooh.
Let's try and do it. Let's see if we can do it. You ready? Are you ready for the first one? Okay, so in the Gruffalo. Okay, let me do it for you. I want to know, which animal does the mouse encounter on his journey through the woods before meeting the Gruffalo? Which animals does the mouse encounter in the woods before he meets the Gruffalo?
This is an artifact.
3. This is an artifact.
Not a joke.
Not a joke, guys. This is fact. What 3 animals does the mouse encounter before he sees the big Gruffalo? If you know, you know. And if you know, guess what happens? Your name goes on the board if you get it first. Come on, I'm throwing it out there. Who's going to get it right? Who's going to go? All 3. I want all 3.
Let's do a couple of other little shapes so that we can start joining this body together. So we have some feet. We're going to do a little oval shape for both of these feet. And we've got the arm there, the arm here. So let's do a couple more shapes. So it's another little oval, another little oval, another oval there. Let's do that. So let's do these feet. So underneath the square that we did, let's do a little oval shape maybe here. And then maybe another one, just a little bit of space between them. There, and that's going to be its feet. So you kind of want it underneath the square, underneath the body. Unless you want the Gruffalo kicking up in the air, then you would do a little oval up here. That's what you would do. You have to connect it to that oval there. Okay, and then we've got big oblong for the arm round about here. And then you've got another one round about here for the arm. Let's do that a bit too small.
Should I let people go on the board twice today, or should I let them only on the board once? How generous are we feeling?
Twice, and then if no one gets it, we can ask them.
Perfect. Okay, that's good. Pitcher's feeling nice today.
Okay, let's join some of this shape up. So we've got the back of the head here, and it's connecting to the body. Can you see it's kind of going down here? And it comes around. So we're going to do this line here from the back of the head to the back of the body. There's the back of the body, there's the head. So come down and then go to this corner here. Oh, it's coming together. The head is now not floating.
And more has spoken. It's like once, so it's fair. They are the rules, really. They are the rules.
Do you want to do once?
I say once, and I'll give them some bonus questions later.
Okay, so once, and if no one gets it, then we'll ask them.
That sounds good to me.
Good. So we connected that bit there. Don't forget the tail. Let's do the tail. So can you see how that goes all the way down and then turns into a tail? Let's do that. So it comes all the way down. You go follow down the back, and then let's do a flick for the tail, like that. You want to do this tiny little feathery bit at the bottom. Goes like that to a point. So can you see we've just kind of gone round, gone to a point, and then we go back in and come back around to there, leaving a gap on the other side.
Oh, there's a lot of fans in the building. There's a lot of fans of the Gruffalo. Kay Stewart said he read the book last night. Who else read the book last week or last night? Who's up to speed with the Gruffalo? I used to love reading as a kid. Absolutely used to love reading it.
There we go. So can you see I just copied that line, leaving a space between, and then coming up to the back there, to that square that we did. That's the tail. There's a little gap before we do the legs next. If you have the Gruffalo book next to you, you can use that as a reference for the colours. Then we're going to join up these little oblong feet and make legs. So can you see how you've got this little curved line there from the square. You can go like that. Curve it down. That's on your foot now. Just a slight curved line.
Oh, there's quite a few people who got the answer right, but there's someone who might have got it first. Should I read out the people who've got it? Here we go. So, the answer was 3 animals. So, the mouse is introduced to 3 animals on his journey. It was first the fox. Did you get that? First the fox, then it was an owl, and then it was a snake.
Whoa!
3 animals. I'm gonna check who got that first. I'm gonna check. Did you get it? Did you get that right, Sims? If you did, well done. I wanna see who got that first.
Okay, so we're going to do the in between the legs bit now. So that's the oblong shape, and can you see it's almost like a little bit of a upside down V. So we're going to go like that, and then bring it back round like that. So we're going to point up to the square. This is, can you see how I come round a little bit on this circle? So it's not right on the edge, just come through around to the top. And then we do an upside down V or an arrow going up, and then join it to there. Can you see? Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, and more got it, but did they get it right? The fox, the snake, the owl. Someone got there before.
Oh.
Lily got it in there with snake, fox, and owl, but I think someone's got it before. Okay, Stuart got it right as well, but someone got in there first. Do you know who it was?
Who?
Jasmine Watson! You are on the board. She went fox, then she went owl, and then she went snake. All that once. Bam, bam, bam. Go on, Jasmine. You are on the board. Whoop, whoop.
Let's do the other knee over here. Crusty knee. Over this side. Starting from the little square we did, and then you just do a little curved line. Just point out a bit, and then you stop there. And you've got the foot. So you've still got the toes kind of coming over a little bit. Talking of toes, let's do the toes. Now they fall on these little oblong feet shapes that we did. Can you see there's just little lines in between to separate the toes? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that. So starting with our circle shape, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are our toes. It's got 1. It's like backwards C's. Little curved lines.
Backwards C's, yes they are.
Same with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our toes.
Oh, I've got a joke for them.
Go for it.
I've got a joke. I'm ready for this. Are you ready for this? Are you ready, little sippers? Okay. Think about this. What do mice... it's so bad. What do mice eat on their birthdays? What do mice eat on their birthdays? This is a joke. I don't actually know what mice eat, but this is a joke. If you get it right, guess what? You're on the board. Who's going to get it?
Mice eat on
Who's going to get it? Pitcher's thinking. Can you get it?
I don't know. Let's do this arm. Can you see there's a little V shape there as well, joining up to that shape that we did? So starting from this body here, we're just going to join these up. Join it up here too. So you just attach it to the body. Now you've got an arm. You want to do them fingers. How did I not get that? I see some answers coming through. Didn't even think of that. Let's do some fingers. We're going to do kind of like sausage shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. That's the thumb. Finger. This is going to be a big one. 2. And then we got folded ones, so they're going to be smaller, half the size again. 3, 4, 5. Can you see how I'm overlapping that oblong shape?
We got some witty people in today. Clever Clever sippers. Some people have got it right.
Let's do the fingers on this one too. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's another one behind, but we're not going to do that one. Inside. Nearly there. Just need to rub out some of these grid lines.
It really is getting there, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's just do the arm a little bit better. So we do the hand, and then we just kind of, can you see how we've got this kind of long L shape? We've got another little S shape there. So let's do that. So we've got a long L shape like that. L, letter L, L shape. I'm going to do this S shape, kind of like that. S. Some curved line. And don't forget the nails.
Don't forget those nails.
They're little. Oh, I
They're
did a
more
square one
claws.
there.
They're more claws.
Yeah, they are claws.
They're not nails.
Sharp.
They're claws.
So can you see you've got the, you just do like little whoop, almost like V shapes. We'll paint in these properly later. And these ones here, don't forget the ones on the hand. V shape, V shape, V shape, and then there's a little one on the side. That one's hidden behind the chin. Okay, guys, give yourselves a round of applause.
Come
You got
on.
through this sketch.
Well done, sippers. Have a little sip. Give yourself a pat on the back. You have done the Gruffalo sketch. I'm proud
Rub
of you.
out some of these lines that you don't need anymore. So he
Rub,
does
rub, rub.
have a line going through his body like that. Same with that bit on the side of his face. There. That bit there. You don't want them. Some of them circle shapes we did. Remember all them circle shapes?
You can get rid of them now.
Yeah, some of them fingers as well. You know how you've got the rest of the finger, so you can actually go around and go, okay, like that's like that. And that's just like this instead. So you don't want these little bits at the bottom of them fingers. We'll paint over them.
We got a few people said that they've actually read the book as well this week. And Moore says, oh, I've read it. Oh, she hasn't read it for a while. But Lily said that she's read it recently. So people are reading.
Reread them.
Rereading the Gruffalo.
So
It's a classic, right? It's a classic.
That bottom bit there, we don't need any more. And these circles here. Let's do the knees. We didn't really draw in the knees. I know we'll paint them in, but the knees kind of fall round about here. So we've got a little knee here. You know, that little grey knee. And another knee there. There we go.
Look
So
at that.
you can draw in the path as well if you wanted to. So the
I say they should, yeah, why not?
path will be around about here. So you just do a line. And then another line all the way across here. Woohoo.
Did that freehand as well. It's quite straight. Well done.
Doesn't have to be dead straight though. It can be a bit more curvy if you want.
Oh, you got the Kit Kat saying something. You forgot something.
Oh!
Don't
I
forget
did
the
this.
back spikes.
I did this with this
Look
one.
at
I
that.
painted these in.
Eagle-eyed. Eagle-eyed.
Thank you.
And do you know what? I'm going to throw it out there to you sippers. I'm going to throw it out there. What colour are his spikes? What colour are the Gruffalo spikes? If you know what colour they are, they're my favourite colour. It's my favourite colour. If you know my favourite colour, it's easy. If you know the Gruffalo, it's easy too. For a bonus question, what colour are the Gruffalo spikes?
Thank you, Kit Kat.
Thank you, Kit Kat.
Cupcake.
Eagle-eyed. Eagle-eyed. Eagle-eyed.
Little triangles on the back. Do as many as you like. You do them closer together. You can leave a bit more gaps. Up to you.
Emerald's like, I really want to win because I haven't won yet.
Ooh.
It could be your day today. It could be.
Okay, when you're ready, it's time to get painting. So, remind me again with the spikes, because what happens is we paint over the spikes and then we'll paint them in at the end. So if I forget them, remind me.
Okay, let's see if we can get some people on the board. So the last question was, what does a mice have for his birthday? What does a mice have for his birthday? It was easy. A few of you got it right. We got a few answers. K-Street, you got it right. I see it there. But someone got it right first. It was Lily Norris. It was called, it was cheesecake. Cheesecake. They love a cheese and they love a cake. Come on. It's great, right? Give me a tickle. You're on the board, Lily. Well done. I'll see who is on the board next with our bonus question. It was, what colour are the Gruffalo's spikes? Who got that right? We threw out there as a bonus question because we forgot to put it on the Gruffalo. It was purple. Who got that right first? I'm going to check. I'm going to go check. I'll be back.
Okay, so if you grab some burnt umber, so the dark brown, put some aside and then add in some black. And we're making this really dark. You can just go in with black if you wanted to. And now I'm using my small brush. Be careful when mixing with your small brush. You don't want to mix too much. You want to mix very softly with a small brush or just mix with a different colour brush until you get your colour. So you want a very, very dark brown, if not even nearly black. Go for the black, add a bit more black. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the outline first, just because we do a lot of painting and sometimes you can lose that outline. And if you lose that outline, you feel a bit helpless and you don't know where to go. So we're going to paint the outline using the small brush. Do you know what I like to do actually? I like to get a couple of drops of water. I don't know if you could even see that dropped in there, but I like to get a couple of drops of water into that paint just to make it a slight bit runnier. When we're doing these fine lines, you want it a little bit runnier, not too thick because it's hard to do when it's thick. So I'm going to drop a couple of drips of water in there, make it a little bit runny. So it's nice and runny for me to do these fine lines.
Makes your paint go further too, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then using your small brush, what you want to do, if you've got a paint pen, you can use a paint pen as well. You want to go around the outline. So that line that we just did.
Oh, we've got another eagle-eyed person. Got another eagle-eyed
What have I
person
missed?
who's a big fan of the Gruffalo, because you know what they've said? Don't forget the poisonous wart on his nose. How have you forgot?
What?
How have you forgot?
The poisonous wart.
It's not just any wart. It's poisonous.
So this is why I have you guys here with me. You can remind me.
What would we do without you, little circles?
Round about here.
What would we do?
Little circle poisonous wart. We'll paint that green later.
I was going to ask them what colour it was now.
I'm sorry.
You've thrown it out to them. She's ruined the surprise. Yes, the wart is green. Don't touch it. It's poisonous.
So using your small brush, you're going to go around that line that we did, and your Gruffalo is going to stand out. And then we're going to go for the background. Well, we're going to paint in this Gruffalo and then go for the background while we wait for the main part. So when working with acrylic paints, you kind of work in layers. You keep adding different layers. And what you've got to wait for the layers to kind of dry before you paint on the next one sometimes. So I'm just going around. These are my small brush. Can you see how quickly I'm having to dip and then paint a little bit? And as soon as I start seeing it get dry, I have to dip again. So can you see it's a little bit runny because I put that water in, so I can do quite a bit. Then I have to dip again. Dip. Go around this.
Lots of dipping. I don't think there's enough sipping. There's a sip. There's a sip. Everyone's focusing now.
So very slowly if you need to.
Slow and steady wins the race, guys.
So using my small brush, can you see that what I'm doing is I'm resting my hand, my wrist, and I'm using my fingers to move the brush. Up and down, if I need to go up, I use my fingers. Can you see I'm just using my fingers? I'm not using my whole arm, just my fingers. So rest your hand somewhere, whether it be on the canvas, on the piece of paper, and then just use your fingers to go around.
So this is where you might hold your breath, little sippers, to focus. You might be focusing. The picture does this. When she does really fine details, she holds her breath. Mm-hmm. She does. I have to check if she's still breathing.
Concentration.
For concentration. Are you guys concentrating too?
You don't have to paint the nails right now because we will paint them in at the end. But you've got to remind me with that one too.
I'll get on the art cam so you can see the reference as well.
Do the thumb. There we go.
Saying that, do we have any new little sippers in the building? Are you a newbie? If you're a newbie, let us know. I think we got one in the room right now. Lily Norris says her first time. She's on the board. Look at that. See?
Hi, Lily. Welcome.
Welcome to the Sippers family.
See in the middle. And you're on the board. First time, and you're on the board. There we go. Do the mouth. How are your steady hands going? Now, one thing to kind of remember when dipping your brush into the paint, you just want it on the tip with the small brush. You don't want it clogged up with paint. If you have too much paint on your brush and you're not got that fine edge, you need to wash your brush, get that fine tip back. Fingers. Whoop. Whoop. Whoop.
I'm gonna give you guys a fact. Did you know that the Gruffalo was actually supposed to be a tiger? Did you know that?
No.
The playwright Julia Donaldson said that it was supposed to be about a tiger. Well, she couldn't find anything to rhyme with tiger. And then she came up with silly old fox, doesn't he know? There's no such thing as a, and she couldn't think of a word. So she wanted to have a 3-syllable word that ended in O. And then somehow, guess what came to mind? Gruffalo. So that's how Gruffalo came about. So it's actually supposed to be a tiger. I don't think it'll be the same. It wouldn't be the same.
Would be painted a tiger right now, guys. Imagine that. Who's using paint pens at home? Or a Sharpie or something for this bit? It's okay if you are. If your paint starts getting dry, just dip again.
And every time you dip, what you gotta do? Have a sip. What are you guys sipping on? What are you sipping on? We got some people saying they got apple juice. What else are other people sipping on?
As I said, we're probably going to paint over these spikes. Oh, it's smudgy. Be careful when doing the outline. You might smudge certain parts with your hand. We're going to paint over these spikes just because to try and do that background and go in between all these spikes gets a little bit annoying. So sometimes you just got to go in afterwards. Do the ears.
So the bonus question was, what color prickles does the Gruffalo have all over his back? Because this is a bonus question, if you're on the board, you can go on the board twice.
Whoa.
So this was a bonus one. We threw it out there because the picture forgot about the prickles. She forgot about them. Let's not tell anyone that she forgot. And who got that correct? What color was it? What's my favorite color picture?
Purple.
Purple. And you got it right. Kay Stewart, guess what? You're on the board. Boom. Love it. You're on the board. Look, twice. We're on the board twice now.
Twice. Wash your brush. You need to get that thin point back. You can draw in the little claws as well. And big long nails. We'll paint them properly in later though. I like to add them at the end. They don't look nice and white right now.
Mia says that she's been reading the Gruffalo Child to my little sister. Oh, who's been reading that? Has anyone else read the Gruffalo Child? So that is the sequel of the Gruffalo. I haven't actually read it myself. Is it any good, Mia? Is it good? Let us know.
Okay, once we've done that, we want to start on the background. Like I said about adding layers, we're going to add a nice dark kind of green background and then tap in some nice kind of light greens and yellows for the leaves. You see the trees here, we're going to add them a little bit later when that background is dry. So we'll paint that green stuff first, even the grass at the bottom. And then as soon as that green's dry, we can paint in the trees a little bit later. We'll mix nice browns when we're doing the buffalo and the Gruffalo.
What did you say?
I don't know. Buffalo then.
Well, it's not a buffalo. It's not a buffalo. Not at all.
The Gruffalo.
You've got all these different creatures in there, but it's definitely not a buffalo. I'll tell you that.
Okay, let's mix a nice dark green. Grab your big brush.
What would you call it? The big brush.
Big brush.
The big brush, definitely.
Grab your big brush, get it slightly damp for me, and let's mix up a nice green colour.
Do it.
So we're going for not too dark. So we've got our grass green there. Sap green, grass green. Grab a little bit of that. We're going to make it a little bit lighter. So mix a tiny bit of yellow. The reason we're mixing yellow in there was because what primary colours are made from? They make green, yellow and blue. So if you mix the two primary colours, yellow and blue, you get green.
Look at that.
To make it lighter, you can add a light colour from the primary colours that it is. So these primary colours, which one's lighter? Yellow's lighter. So if you add yellow, it will get lighter.
You get a nice light green.
It will go slightly lighter if you add yellow to it. Now you want this as a nice medium green. You don't want it too dark, you don't want it too light. And then when you're done with that colour, with the big brush, you can paint it all of it, literally all of it.
Oh wow, we're going for the whole thing.
Yeah, up into the path.
Up until the pathway. So this is where you get really expressive. Go for it, sippers. Go for it. Big, long brush strokes.
Oh, need more green already.
Oh, Emerald's sipping on some Vimto today. And also, how strange is this? Kay Stewart's sipping on Vimto too. Look at that.
Whoa, Vimto. I
I've had Vimto for ages.
used to love Vimto. So using your big brush, cover the whole canvas. And then you remember this where the spikes are, you probably will see them underneath your paint, which is good.
Are you going to paint over them?
I'm painting over them.
The picture's painting over them.
So that's why you guys have to remind me again later.
Keep reminding her.
I've forgotten the first one. I literally painted it a couple of seconds before the class. So painting all the way up to the path, and then you can do the other side as well of the path.
Oh, I forgot to say, little sippers, make sure you take a picture of your before and after, because we know that some of you come onto the show, you create a masterpiece. Oh, you can't see it. There we go. You get onto the mark, create a masterpiece, and at the end, you haven't seen your progress. So take some pictures of your progress so that you can see how far you've come at the end, so that you can give yourself even more of a pat on the back.
Getting a nice first layer. Now this doesn't look like the trees and the forest just yet, but we add, as I said about adding layers, we add different colours afterwards. So we've got that first layer. Need to get some more green.
Don't be shy to use some paints. Really get involved. You need to get more green. Go for it. And remember to paint the sides. See that? If you are using a canvas, paint the sides. The sides, the top, all around. You don't want any surface area left untouched. Because when you hang it up on the wall, if it's blank, it's not going to look as good, right? Mm-hmm. So make sure you paint all the sides, all the areas of the background so that it looks nice at every single angle. I think that is a great little tip. We call it a sip tip.
Sip tip.
Sip tip. Love that. I'm actually using my left hand. I'm right-handed. Is anyone left-handed or right-handed? They say that left-handed people are more creative. I don't know if I believe that. I'm quite creative. I'm a right-hander. Are you left or right-handed, little sippers? Let us know. I want to know, actually. What's the percentage? Left or right?
Oh, I'm right-handed too. I don't think there is as many left-handed people.
Some people are actually ambidextrous. They can use both. I was just using my left, so maybe I am ambidextrous. I didn't know. I didn't know I had that kind of skill. I've just developed a new skill during the show. I can now use my left hand as good as my right.
We'll do that as a challenge one day, shall
I think
we,
we
guys?
should. I think that's a great
Art
challenge.
with the other hand.
You've heard it here first. We're going to do an art challenge, which is you're going to have to paint something with your weaker hand.
Yeah, check out our Instagram for that challenge later on, maybe.
Are you not following us? How very dare you? So if you are not following Art Sippers, make sure you check us out on the socials. We are Art Sippers Kids. And remember, if you're enjoying it, pass art on. That's our little mantra. Pass art on. Tell the world about Art Sippers because we want to keep doing it. We want people to get creative. People always tell us, I can't create, I can't draw, and we want to change that narrative because we believe that everyone is creative and everyone has imagination inside of them. Just need to find a way to express it.
Yeah, there's no way of getting art wrong, really. So if anyone ever tells you that you've got it wrong, don't listen to them.
You can't be wrong. There was actually an article yesterday I read where an art teacher told her students, just 6 years old, that she got her art wrong. And there was a lot of backlash because you can't really tell someone that their art is wrong because you don't know what's inside that person's head. It's your imagination. Feel free to go wild.
You can, there might be, if you think that your paint is looking too dry, you can ask for feedback and help. But no one should really tell you that it's wrong.
Oh, you got loads of left-handed people in the room.
What?
Emma's like, I'm left-handed.
No
We see you,
way.
Emma. We see you. Who else? What other hands have we got in here?
That's
Any
good.
right-handed people? Is it just me by myself? And the picture?
I've always wanted to be left-handed. I think it's really cool.
It's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's different.
But then you'll have to use like a left-handed pair of scissors and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember that. Always had to have that in school. There's only one.
There was like one pair of left-handed scissors. And if you didn't get to the scissors in time, you have to use it. Like, how do I use it?
Okay, Stuart says she's right-handed. I like that. We got a fellow right-handed person. Oh, she's sneezing. She's sneezing.
I need some more water.
Jasmine says me too. She's right. Lily Norris says I'm right. Look at that. It's more right-handed people in the building.
If your paint is looking a bit dry, add a bit of water to it. Especially if it's sitting on the palette for a while.
Let's try and get another sipper on the board. So one of the famous characters in the book is an owl. And can you tell me, little sippers, what kind of math, I said math, does an owl like to solve? What kind of math, it's a hard thing to say, math does an owl like to solve? It's a joke. Can you finish the joke? What kind of math does an owl like to solve? You can get it right?
Is that what an owl sounds like these days?
Twit-twoo. That's what an owl sounds like to me. Does it not sound like that to you? Twit-twoo.
Now you can see I've got my first layer down, and some areas are a little bit patchy, but that's okay because we're going to go in with a sponge and add some lighter greens and darker greens soon. Can you see there's certain parts around the tail and in between the legs that I haven't got to? I'm going to have to use a smaller brush for them because they're fiddly parts. And when they're fiddly parts, you can't just get in with the big brush. You need to go in with the smaller brush. Fiddly part here. Down to the line of the path. In between the leg. Down the sides. Get a nice layer on it. Oh, look, underneath the arm. I forgot about that. I mean, above the arm.
Make sure you get all those spaces. I'll pop up the art cam so you can see where to fill it. There we go.
Around the corners of the hand. Down the side here if you're missing any parts there. There we go. Last little bits. Around the face. Get that first good layer down if you're using paints. If you're using colouring tools like pens or pencils, slightly different. You would just kind of go in with the different colours at this point.
Lots of nice green coverage. How are you getting along? We're going to come to you guys at the end of the show. So just to let you know, at the end of the show, we will be coming live to a few of you. If you want to show us your artwork, ask your parent or guardian, and we will be posting how to enter into the end of the show. So you can show us your artwork. How cool is that?
So you're not using your brush, you can give it a little wash. Wash with a little brush. Paint the bottom of the cup, so don't stab it down, just paint the bottom of the cup. We're going to mix a lighter green now, so we've got our base layer down. Going to mix a lighter green. So do you remember what I said about really want to make it a green lighter? You think about the primary colour. Oh, yellow. Think about the primary colours that are made. What I used to make that colour. So for green, how do you make green? Can anybody remember how you make green?
Well, you've thrown it out to little sippers. You've thrown it out to them.
I'm throwing it out to you guys while I get yellow.
Bonus question. How do you make green? What two primary colours do you need?
What two primary colours do you need? And then how do we make it lighter? Think about the primary colours that you use. And then you pick the lighter version and add that. Anybody gonna get it?
Oh. Do you think someone's going to get it?
Yes. Blue and yellow.
Blue and yellow.
Well
Boom.
done, Emma.
Well done.
So blue and yellow is made to make green. So if I was to mix a bit of yellow with blue there, you'll get green. Can you see you get that sap green colour? To make it lighter, you add yellow, and you keep adding yellow to make it lighter. To make it darker, you add more blue. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a light green. So you can use your sap green if you wanted to and mix a little bit of yellow in there. Or you can mix a bit of blue and yellow together. I'm going to add more because I want it really light. You want it to be lighter than your last colour. I think I even need more yellow. So I'm just adding the normal yellow, not the ochre yellow. You want it to be quite light.
That's a really nice colour, actually.
And then you can use your sponge or you can just use a medium brush and dab it in.
Has anyone got a sponge? Has anyone gone and grabbed a sponge?
Who's got a sponge?
Who's got a sponge?
I'll show you how to use the sponge. More yellow. Keep running out of yellow.
Yellow is going today. It is going today. So the last question was, it was actually a joke, to be fair. It actually wasn't even a question. It was a joke. The joke was, what kind of math does an owl like to solve? That was the question. Who got it right? Who got it right? Someone got it right first, but you've already gotten the ball twice. And twice is the cap now. So I'm going to go for the second person who got it right. And that is, bum, ba, da, bum, bum, bum. Boom! And more with algebra. Yes, congratulations. That is the answer. And you're on the board. Well done. You said you wanted to be on the board, and now you're on the board. Look at that. Magic happens.
You see how I'm dabbing in some of the lighter green colour all over, trying to miss the Gruffalo.
Oh, that looks really good. I like that.
But it's adding this kind of tree effect.
Little dab effect.
If you don't have a sponge, you can just go in with your medium brush and just dab around like that.
Cheeky little dabs.
Cheeky little dab.
And more, she's like, am I on the board? You are now. You are now. And guess what? You're on the board twice with our bonus question. It was, how do you make a lovely green? And you got it right. Blue and yellow. So you've gone on the board twice in quick succession. Look at that. From 0 to 2. Well done, Emma. You're on the board twice now.
You can even get a tiny bit of yellow Dab it in there too with the sponge. You want different colours.
Just blending it in while it's still wet. Great idea.
Yeah. That's where the light is reflecting. So yellow is reflecting on some. If you go into your Gruffalo a little bit, it's okay. Because we'll paint over him. Dab, dab, dab. We'll add the trees a little bit later. Oh, don't forget to dab down here too. Add some of that light colour down here. Go over into the path a little bit. And if you really wanted to add more depth, you can make a dark green. So you can add a little bit of blue to your green, make it darker. So remember what we said about adding blue to make it darker, adding yellow to make it lighter. If you add a bit of blue to your green and get this dark blue, you can go in and add some dark blue bits, whether it's using your medium brush or if you're using your sponge.
Keep layering it. Adds a really nice bit of texture and it makes it look more foresty, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Nice bit of woods. That's where they're walking.
Once we add the tree trunks later, it'll look a little bit better. That's just adding a bit of texture and depth into the background there. If it's okay if you don't have a sponge, just dab it in with your brush.
Keep dabbing, keep dabbing. What size brush is that?
This is just a medium brush.
With the medium brush.
Or you can use your fingers.
I'm going to test our little sippers now. Who really knows about the Gruffalo? You're going to have to fill in the blank. I'm going to tell you a sentence from the Gruffalo, and you're going to have to tell me the ending. So if you've been reading it, you should know what comes after. Are you ready?
Ready.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Finish this sentence, little sippers. Have a sip first. Have a sip. Finish this sentence. Silly old fox, doesn't he know? And there's a few. I'll do another one. Silly old owl, what does he know? Silly old snake, doesn't he know? What's the end of that? What's the end? If you know, you're a Gruffalo fan. If you're a Gruffalo fan, this is the place to be because we're paying the Gruffalo and you can win some prizes. So give us the answer in the comments and you can be on the board. Come on, Sickles. I believe in you.
Now we're going to use the burnt sienna, so that's the light brown. Take that and add just a tiny bit of the dark brown. This is going to give you a medium brown. So burnt sienna plus burnt umber is going to give you a nice kind of medium brown colour. And we're going to paint the Gruffalo in that medium brown colour. So burnt sienna plus burnt umber, so medium, light brown plus dark brown equals medium brown, and we're going to paint in Gruffalo using our medium brush. So remember them lines we did? We're going to stay within them lines. Got that good outline to work with. Use your medium brush. If there's fiddly bits, remember, you can go down to a small brush at any time you need to. So if there's in between the fingers, and it's a little bit too fiddly, remember, go down to your small brush. The tail, that's a fiddly bit.
Very tiddly. I said tiddly.
Tiddly.
It's a tiddly thing. Tiddly thing.
Buffalo and tiddly.
It's a buffalo tiddly. I like that.
Bit of water in there. It gets a bit dry. My brown's been sitting on my palette a little bit too long, so it's got a bit dry. So
well, we've actually got some super fans of the Gruffalo. They finished that sentence with ease. With ease.
It's coming together.
How's yours going, little sippers? Is it starting to look like a Gruffalo? So the question was, finish this sentence. Silly old fox, doesn't he know? And a lot of you got it right. A lot of you got it right. We got some proper Gruffalo fans in the building. We've got, there's no such thing as a Gruffalo. Yes, that's what we're talking about. I would have given you K-Strip, or you're on the board twice. And the picture said twice, and you're out. So we're going to put a second person on there. Who's that going to be? Lily Norris. You're on the board. You're on the board now twice, because there's no such thing as a Gruffalo. Well done. Oh, Jasmine just almost got in there. You got it right too. And Mia, you just got in there afterwards. We'll ask some more questions. But Lily, you're on the board. You're on the board twice now. You've got to be in it to win it.
Just have to make more brown. Get them big fiddly bits. Let's go down to our small brush in a second just to get them fiddly bits.
Did you know that there's actually a Gruffalo Park Trail in Essex? Has anyone been before? It's in Thorndon Country Park. There's a Gruffalo Trail. I want to go. It takes about 45 minutes to go around. You get a little map as well. You get to see Gruffalos in the park. Might have to check that out. Things to do in Essex.
Real Gruffalos.
Might be. Never know.
There's no such thing as a Gruffalo.
Well, that's what the mouse said. And guess what happened to the mouse?
See the little toes with the small brush. It's probably looking a little bit messy right now, but don't worry. When we start adding all the fur, it gets a little bit clearer. Now, if yours is quite dark, you'll have to go quite light with the highlights. You can switch from medium to small wherever you need to. See the tail. How are you guys getting on? Have you finished it?
Oh, are people finishing? That'd be amazing.
Some people are always ahead of me.
There are some quick painters in the room. Emma's not asking, how long is left? How long is left, picture?
Wow.
So we usually always have 90-minute shows, and we're going to try and stick to that today. We're going to try our best. We are going to try.
We always try our best, but sometimes we go slightly over, don't we?
We do. Sorry about that.
Now, some of your features might disappear a little bit, so you have to do that outline again near the end. But right now, you're just kind of using it as a reference point. It's there. You can see where you need to paint. We'll go over that outline at the end so you can sharpen up them edges. Face. Don't forget the ear, the outside of the ear. Face. The mouth slightly starts to disappear. So as I said, we'll go over them outlines a little bit later.
Using a small brush?
Yeah, fiddly bit now. We've got the nose. Around all these little features, the teeth.
Really fiddly. That's why you got to get really delicate and focused to get all these parts filled in nicely. Once you fill them in nicely, and at the end, we want to see all these artworks, guys. We really do. And we have a group, so you can post all your artworks in there. This is on Facebook. This is our private Facebook group. This is called the Art Sippers Kids Club. So if you finish your masterpiece, you're like, where am I going to show everyone? You can show it to us. We've got a lovely community in there, and you will find the Stanton. He is our Art Sippers community lead. So pop your artwork in the Art Sippers Kids Club, and we can see your artwork.
We love to see it. We have our lunch, and then we go onto the Facebook group, and we have a look at everybody's. And we're like, wow, look at them.
Exactly. Come and join us. Come and join the good vibes.
We should have painted the eyebrows in that dark brown colour. Now, you don't have to rush with me. You can watch the steps and you can take it in your own time. I'm leaving the teeth white. We can't forget the whiskers as well.
Do not forget the whiskers. The little sippers be on you.
I know. Don't forget this little bit underneath the eye that's brown too. Remember the side of the face.
Ooh. So we should, based on what we said, Emmor, we should have 15 minutes left. But we're going to try. We'll see. We're not going to promise.
It's about 20 minutes.
But we'll say about 20. So if you do need to head off, remember that all of these will be recorded onto YouTube. So you can play them back and you can watch at your leisure. So don't worry, if you're in a rush, you're like, I need to go. Don't worry. This is going to be on YouTube and you can catch up anytime.
Now you can use your light brown, your sienna, to now do some of these little furry, hairy bits. Where's my name? Burnt sienna. So grab your burnt sienna, which should be light, and add some yellow ochre to it. So burnt sienna, grab your burnt sienna, add some of this yellow to it, and it will make it go lighter. Can you see it goes lighter? Ochre yellow. It's nice and light. And I like to use this light brown colour to do the little highlights of fur. So you can use a small brush. I'll show you the highlights. And you can pop the art cam on in a second as well.
There we go.
So can you see some of the highlights? We're just going to bring out a couple of these features. So on the top of the hand, this bit here, on the nose, and then we're going to do the tiny little furs all the way through too. Little hairs.
Oh, cam's gone.
Oh, I've run out of battery. Hang on. So using your little brush, can you see I'm just going to do tiny little short strokes of fur. I think I don't worry about it. It's okay. Tiny little dabs of fur. Highlighting some of these areas. So tiny, can you see I'm doing tiny little short strokes? This is going to create the illusion of fur. Go down the hands a little bit, the little fingers. Tiny little short strokes of fur. Putting a little bit on the right hand side of the Gruffalo. If it's not light enough, you can add more yellow. If it's not standing out enough, I'm going to add a bit onto the nose here too. So bring out that nose a little bit. And on the jaw here. So we have lost the mouth a little bit. It's been painted over a little bit. It's okay. You go through that outline at the end. So add in just a little bit more of this light shade. Can you get some more yellow ochre for me, please? Thank you.
Oh, no, yellow loads today.
I know. Not put enough on my palette today, so I'm using that palette. So we're just adding tiny little short strokes, and that's going to make him look a little bit fluffier. Put too much yellow in that one. Okay, so we've got him coming out a bit. If it's too dark, just keep adding a little bit more of this yellow. Tiny little short strokes. Especially on that arm there.
It's really going to bring out the art piece with all these lovely additions, because you need to have these shades and these extra bits that make it pop. If you don't have these extra little bits, it's going to look a bit flat. It won't look as 3D and as popping as it needs to be on your canvas.
And you can go in with your dark brown as well. So the dark brown, and you can just add, you know, when we did that outline there, you want to do a little bit of fluff here on the chin. So you can do tiny little short strokes of fluff there. Tiny little short strokes there on the chin. Underneath the arm. So it looks a little bit messy until we do that outline again, and we'll bring all the features out.
I'm gonna try and get someone else on the board. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Can you little sippers tell me what colour, because you can't see it right now, what colour are the Gruffalo's eyes?
Whoa.
What colour are the Gruffalo's eyes? Nice and easy. I want to get some more people on the board. Because we got Kay Stewart's on the board, you're on there twice. Jasmine Watson, you're on. Lily Norris, you're on there twice. And Em Moore, you're on there twice. Let's see if we can get some more people on the board. What colour are the Gruffalo's eyes? Nice and easy.
Okay, let's paint these eyes.
We'll get the art cam up if we can get that loaded again. But for now, we can still use the main camera.
I don't want to say it until we... Yes. Ish. Can't mix it now until we get the answer. Okay, while we're doing that, you can paint in the horns, like slightly, let's make it slightly grey actually. So take some white to the side, use your small brush, add a touch of black, and you make it just a tiny, tiny bit grey. So it's not pure white, it's grey. It's okay, don't need it.
Don't need it?
No, it's fine. So paint in the horn. Yeah, don't worry, it's still fine. Can you see it's just a slightly off white, so it's not dead white. We're putting a bit of paint on there. Using grey. So grey is made using black and white, and you can do the T in this grey colour too. Save your brown colours as well, because we're going to paint the barks of the tree that brown colour. So if you've got your brown still on your palette, perfect. Don't forget the little nails, the claws. They're grey. Grey and white.
Got a lot of people guessing. We got a lot of people guessing what colour the eyes are. Mia's just said yellow. Oh, it's so close to yellow. It's so close. Jasmine Watson said dark yellow. Ooh, what's darker than yellow? What colour is darker than yellow? Have a sip, guys. Have a sip.
Sip, sip. Okay. Nails. Take your time. I'm trying to keep this within the hours, the 1.5 hour. What colour is it? Let's mix that colour. Orange. So, how do you make orange? Orange is made using red and yellow. If you've got orange, you can just use that, but we're going to mix it today. We'll take a bit of yellow to the side, add a bit of red in there, and you'll get orange. And now, look how dark that is. That's a bit too dark, so I need to lighten that up. So keep adding yellow until you get a nice kind of light orange. Is that light enough? Maybe a bit more yellow. So add yellow to make it light, add red to make it dark. Think about how orange is made, what primary colours you use to make orange. To make it lighter, add the lighter primary colour. Yellow is always the lighter primary colour. So I'm adding little orange eyes now, using my small brush.
Look at that, the orange is getting inputted into the lovely Gruffalo's eyes.
Now I did paint over that little black dot we did, so I have to paint that up over again.
Who got orange first? Em Moore, you got it right first. You're on the board twice already, Em Moore. So I'm going to give it to someone who isn't on the board twice. And somebody else snuck in there, and it was Jasmine Watson. You're on the board, Jasmine, twice. We're on the board twice now. We've got lots of people on the board twice. It's a good day. You guys are going to have more chances to win. You've got to be in it to win it, and you guys are definitely in it.
Take some of that brown and black to the side. Remember that dark brown we made at the very beginning, that outline colour? You can use that to go over a couple of the features, but I like to do it for the eyes, so a little dot of black in the eyes. Again, you can go over some of the, the lines that we've kind of painted over if you need that outline. I definitely advise you to go over like the nose again. Get that nose out. Go over maybe some of the arm lines just to bring out the arm, because that's definitely disappeared, hasn't it? Certain little areas. And then the eyebrows. We don't want them white. We want them dark.
No, we don't. Let's make it a bit more expressive.
Using your big brush.
Not just any brush. The big brush.
The big brush. You want to do them tree stalks. So use a brown, dark brown, any brown. You can use your burnt umber. And you want to do them tree trunks. So make sure you've got a bit of water in your paint. You do these straight lines all the way up.
These are going to be your large tree trunks, guys.
Now I did it kind of round about here, and then it kind of sprays out a little bit at the bottom. Do your tree trunks. And you can use all the browns that we used for the Gruffalo. So remember, you've got the light browns, the dark browns. So you can go in there. You can add some of the lighter browns, some of the darker browns. Paint it all in loads of different browns, different shades of brown. There's one tree. Maybe I'll do another one over here. So as it gets further in the distance, they get slightly smaller. And can you see how I've not put it straight, like all going down the same line? This one comes up a bit. So this makes it look like it's further away. So going in the distance.
So it looks like we might just be going slightly over today. We told you guys it does happen. Like I said, if you are in a rush, don't worry. We will have this all recorded on YouTube, so you can play it back at any time you like.
There we go. Got another one over here. It's in the corner. And you can paint in as many trees as you like. You can have some in the far distance over here. Nice little small one. As it gets further in the distance, they get a little bit thinner and smaller. You can have as many as you like. You can have one coming out behind.
This is where you can get creative. Put your tree trunks wherever you feel necessary. Mm-hmm. Have less tree trunks, have more tree trunks. What kind of wood are you creating?
Has anyone added anything different?
Can't wait to see them, actually. We're going to go live to a few of you sippers. If you're feeling brave and you want to join us, shortly we're going to pop in the comments the live link so you can join us and you can show us your incredible art pieces. I'm excited to see. I'm excited.
I think I might just do one more over here. It can be a bit wobbly if you want. It's fine. And you would go in with your little brush and dab in some green, little bits of leaves. So you can just do tiny little flips up, a little bit of grass, go in with some green, do little bits. And we're going to do some nice bluebells down here. You can do different colour plants if you wanted to. You do loads of tiny little flicks for the grass.
Do you know what I'm thinking? Someone should defo put a beret on the lovely Gruffalo. Who is going to do it? Who's going to put a beret on the Gruffalo? If you put a beret on the Gruffalo, I'll be very, very impressed. I'm impressed anyway, but that is just something else.
Lots of grass. We got to paint this path, don't we? So if you've got that yellow ochre, that mustard colour, which I've now run out of again, paint the path. So you take your time with this. Thank you. So yellow ochre is the mustard colour, the dirty kind of browny yellow colour. Like that.
It's quite a sandy colour. It really does look like a sandy, gravelly colour.
It's okay if you've got different like brown shades coming in. You can do a different colour path if you wanted to. Do a yellow brick road. Yeah.
Great idea. Great idea.
A bit yellow anyway, make it brick.
I
Make it grass.
think we're going to try and get one more person on the board.
Go for it.
And this is going to be for everyone because we've just gone over. So this is for everyone. Even if you're on the board, this is for everyone because it's going to be a hard one. This is actually going to be a hard one. Are you ready? So this is for the Gruffalo fans out there. You ready? Okay, so the Gruffalo has some notable features, but can you finish this for me? He has terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible... What is it? What's the end? If you know the end of that, you're the final person to get on the board today. Who's it going to be? I'll tell you again. He has terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible... Fill in the blank, sippers. If you know, you know. If you know this, you can get on the ball. It's already on the ball. This is a bonus for everyone. Make it happen. I believe in you.
Woo! Can you do it?
Who's it going to be?
Now the fiddly bits you can move down to a better brush. I've made it a muddy, sandy path.
So I'm going to be popping the link in the comments shortly.
Yeah.
But we got a few more finishing touches to the picture.
Yeah, so finishing touches, all we need to do is the wart, the spikes. You can actually, with that grey that we made earlier, white and a tiny bit of black, do the little kneecaps as well.
They're very important. Very important.
Yeah, so with that grey, you just do a couple of, remember them knees that we did? Dry knees. Poisonous wart. We've done lots of green. You can add a little greeny yellow wart on the nose. Tiny little circle. Poisonous wart.
It's got loads of stuff, hasn't it? Got knobbly knees, got poisonous wart.
That's it, knobbly knees.
Knobbly knees.
Take your time with it. And let's do the bluebells and the spikes. So both of them are kind of purpley blue. I'll show you.
Oh, and Moore said, on the side of the tree, you could put a branch and put an owl on it. What a great idea. Love that imagination. That's great imagination.
Do a little branch coming off one of them and put the owl. You can put a little mouse. Fox can peep his head in.
Some other little animals in it.
So can you see some of this fur? You definitely need to go in with a bit of brown and just carry on doing loads of different little bits of fur. Let's make this purple. We've got pink colour in here. That's just a bit of white paint with a touch of red. Touch of red makes it slightly pink. That will go in the inside ear. Just there. But let's make a purple. So purple is made using red and blue. We've got a light kind of purpley lilac colour here. So we're going to take some white to the side. Make a pink. Light pink. And then to make it a bit more on the purple to blue scale, add a bit of blue in there. And this is going to be the colour of our Bluebells. These colour here. Bluebells. So we added a bit of pink, added a bit of blue. All these dabs. Bluebells. Now there's different ways of doing this. You can go with your small brush. You put the link out, you can pop the link out and do lots of dots. Tiny little dots together. Add your bluebells, and you can go in and add some more if they're kind of grass and the leaves around that, the stalks. And you can do that wherever you like. You can do that down here too.
Fill your lovely, I was going to say rainforest. It's not rainforest. It's not rainforest.
Woods.
It's a lovely woods.
Well, you can go with your big brush. Dab your big brush in the paint. Do some, that's sort of kind of quicker way of doing it sometimes. Just do loads of dabs. And you can have as many bluebells as you like.
Bluebells are lovely. Have you guys seen any bluebells around you? We have some just at the back of our garden, and they look amazing. It really does make you feel very springy.
Put some around the trees. More distance. But you take your time with it. You can add even more detail. We've not gone into too much detail with this. You could go in and you could do lots of little springs. And you could do tiny little bits of grass. Especially over here, overlapping into the path. Use your small brush. And really add as much detail as you like. Go in with different greens, add some grass. You can even add some little buttercups or something if you wanted to. Add some little yellow. Or daffodils, a bit bigger. Add any flowers that you like. But yeah, the one thing I would now suggest is just to go around. Oh, don't forget the spikes. Yeah, nearly done. Final touches. Do your little purple spikes.
You can't forget the purple spikes. Kit Kat was like, the purple spikes! So, is there anything else? Have we missed anything? We got the poisonous wall. We got the purple prickles. We got the knobbly knees. We got the orange eyes. We can't see his tongue, but we know what colour his tongue is, right? We all know this. We all know what colour the Gruffalo's tongue is, right? You must know this. As a super fan, you must know this. So I'm going to pop the link into the comments now. If you want to show us your masterpiece, do not worry if you haven't finished just yet.
Yeah,
we just want to see your progress. And then when you do finish, remember to send it to the Art Super Kids Club, and then we can see your final masterpiece. I'll put the link in the comments right now. There we go.
Just going over a couple of last little bits. So the mouth. I want that mouth to stand out.
Well, we got some super fans in. We have some absolute super fans. I said I want to get one more person on the board, so I threw out a massive one. The Gruffalo has terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible what? Loads of you got it right. Loads of you got it right. Mia, you got it right. Jules. Jasmine, you got it right. Jules. Lily Norris, you got it right. Jules. Jasmine, you said it again. You was like, I'm going to say it again. Jules. But someone got it right first. Kay Stewart, you're on. Extra bonus for you. You're in the hat. You're in the hat. I'm going to pop all these in our famous Art Sippers pink bin. And we're going to do the competition after we see if anyone wants to join us live.
Who's brave enough to join us live today? It's okay if you've not
and remember to ask your parent or guardian if you want to join us live.
Yeah, make sure you get permission. If there's certain parts, our teeth might be a little bit too grey, so you can go in and just add some white. Elliot's putting the names on the hat for the competition. I think we have someone wanting to come live with us. Come live to you in a second. Elliot's just popping things in the hat. We can see you, Jazz. Can't wait to see your work. I'm just adding a little bit more white to the nails.
Who else is feeling brave? If you want to join us, remember, there's no judgment in this place. We just want to see your progress.
Bring it out a bit. As I said, you can do branches off the trees. Who mentioned that? I can't remember who said that, but that was really good. You can do a big branch.
You know, and more.
And
And
you
more
could
so that
do-
she might pop an owl in there.
You could do an owl if you wanted to on that branch there. It comes all the way out. Do a little branch there. You can add loads of different colour browns to these trees as well. Give them a little bit more depth. Shall we go live to Jazz?
Let's do it. Jazz, you ready? We're going to come and see your creation. Come on, Jazz. 3, 2, 1. Let's see what Jazz has created this week. Hello, Jazz.
Hey!
She's out in the sunshine.
Eating right, it should be belly, and then the mouth is going how, and the fox says, "I will fight you, Gruffalo."
Ah, love it, love it. That's what I'm talking about.
I
She's got
love
speech bubbles.
that.
Well done, Jazz. That's so creative. That's
Wow!
so
And
creative.
you've got the fox there.
Yes.
You're adding all the characters today.
Hold it up again so we can see that, Jazz.
I love that.
That
You've
is
got the owl, you've got the
incredible.
speech bubbles.
Everyone's
round of
there.
applause.
Yes.
Incredible,
Everyone,
Jazz.
give Jazz a round of applause. She's done so well.
I can't wait to see the finished result. Make sure you send it to us so we can see the finished result.
Exactly. I'm glad you're outside. You're enjoying the sunshine.
You're getting some sun.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder to paint in the sun, isn't it? Your paint dries quickly,
It
so you
dries.
you have to work quickly with water. Yeah, well done, Jazz.
Well done. Everyone give Jazz a round of applause. Well done, Jazz. You're smashing it as always. Boom. Who else have we got in the room?
Who else have we got?
We have Lily. Sonubi.
Yay!
We're going to go to Lily. 1, 2, 3. Boom. There we go.
Hey, Lily.
Hello, Lily. How's it going?
Good.
How
This is what I drew.
Wow!
Oh,
let's
look
have
at
a
that.
look.
Let's have a gander. Wow.
You've done a brilliant job.
That is incredible.
That's insane. Love it.
That's good. I'm proud.
That
I'm
is
proud
a
of that.
very good Gruffalo. Very, very good. And the woods as
Are you
well.
happy with it? Are you happy with your creation?
Yeah.
Is that-
Yes.
You should be proud
I'm
of
gonna give it to my baby cousin.
your baby cousin.
That's a great
Oh,
idea.
what a lovely
They're gonna love
gift.
that. Remember,
We always say that, don't
yes,
we?
go on.
You always have to give away your art, give it to someone. It makes it special for someone else too, and it gives you a little bit of joy when you give it away to someone as well.
Remember to sign it, Lily.
Yes.
Remember to sign your artwork. It could be worth millions in the future. This
Yeah,
is
you never
one of your
know.
Gruffalos. But well done, and thanks for joining Art Sippers. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank
you.
You can sign your work just down here at the bottom. You can use your small brush. You can use a nice light colour if you wanted to make it stand out a bit. But you can just do your initials. So if your initials are, mine is JP, so I could do a little J. I've got enough paint on here. J. Well done, Lily and Jazz. What brilliant, brilliant artwork.
So brave as well to come
So
live.
brave.
Coming live on the Art Sippers Kids Show. Well done.
There we go. Sign your work down there. And you're sorted. Guys, thank you so much. Let's do this competition.
Let's
see
do
who's
this
won.
competition.
So we do have Lily, we have Kay Stewart, we've got Jasmine, and M Moore. So I don't know if that's your actual names or if that's your account names, but we've got you
And
guys.
you're all in here. We're going to give it a big shake. This is for an Art Sippers Kids experience box. We showed you what's in there. There's some goodies. There are some goodies. And just to let you know, guys, when's our next event?
Don't know.
We don't know. We
don't
actually
know
don't
just
know.
yet.
We're going to have to pay attention to our Instagram because we are going to sort out when we can do this again. Unfortunately, we didn't hit our target to make it free for the whole year, but we love our Sippers Kids and we want to continue doing it. We love it. We love it. You
So
guys
keep an
like
eye
it.
on our socials.
Exactly.
It might be something that we have to now ticket, and at a low cost, it will be under £10.
We
but
still want to make it affordable for everyone,
yes, and we still want to do it with you
but
guys.
it's going to be fun.
Keeps us young.
Keeps us very young. We get to do the Gruffalo.
Yes.
Okay, so
Here we
let's
go.
see who the winner's going to be today. Here we go. I'm not going to look. Who's it going to be? I'm excited to see. P.S. You're all winners, by the way.
Number 1.
Number 1, Kay Stewart.
You're a winner.
You're
You'll
a
be
winner.
receiving the little
Congratulations.
Kids box in the post. So
Get in
make sure you
contact
send-
with us. Send us your details, and that is coming to you. Like I said, guys, it's been an amazing few weeks with our Sippers Kids.
Yep.
This will be our final free event,
Yeah.
but we will be back. We will be back.
We will be back, so keep an eye out. Subscribe and you might see it come up as well. But guys, it's been a pleasure. Give yourselves a round of applause. Incredible work from you guys. We want to see your artwork, so make sure you
Send it to us. Send it to us on our Sippers Kids Club on Instagram. And it's time now for you to go out and enjoy the sunshine. We're going to be doing the same too. Like I said, we're going to be back maybe in a week, maybe in 2, maybe in 3. We're not sure just yet, but keep an eye out and we will let you guys know. We love this. Stay safe.
Stay creative, guys. Well done.
Have a lovely rest of your weekend. Whoop, whoop. Come on, skank out with us.
Bye, Kay Stewart. Bye, Lily. Bye, Mia. Bye, Jasmine. Bye, Emmel. Bye, Kit Kat Cupcake.
Sip, sip. Have a great weekend, little Sippers.